Hey guys, and welcome to the sixth video on this video tutorial series. And I'm in Digestion. Today we're going to be covering the structuring, or I don't know how to say that. Well, never mind. Of our loop. So we're going to tell our script when to do things. And when to do things is very important in our response. You want to mine ores when your inventory is not full. You also want to mine ores when you are at the mine. So in end, you want to mine ores if your inventory is not full and you are at the mine. You want to bank when your inventory is full and you are at the bank. And what happens when your inventory is full but you're not at the mine? That's something we're going to discover this lesson. So let's delete our loop and add if inventory is full. So if our inventory is full, that's the highest ranked, as to say, it's somehow part of our structure. So if our inventory is full, we want to mine. If it's not full, sorry, if our inventory is full, we want to bank. If it's not full, we want to mine. And then we have if at bank. So if our inventory is full and we are at the bank, we do bank. Yay! And if our inventory is full, but we are not at the bank, so we've got to this part here, we want to walk to the bank. And that walking is something we're going to get to in the next tutorial. It's pretty simple. And path to bank. Yay! Pretty simple. Walk the path to the bank. And that's that. And what if our inventory is not full? Then we, if at mine, we mine ores. I haven't made this method yet. And if we're not at the mine, then we walk. And this, here's the complicated part. Here's the complicated part. If our inventory is full and we're at the bank, we bank. If not, we walk. If our inventory is not full and we're at the mine, we mine ores. If not, we walk R. You might say, that's pretty interesting. And indeed it is. Recently, Yakmob, or another contributor, it came up with the idea of an RStyle path. And this is actually something that existed a long time ago. But until now we had been using RStyle arrays. And now we're going to start using RStyle paths. And an RStyle path is basically an array of RStiles we can walk, and it gives us a few very interesting methods we can use. The first of those methods is called traverse, and that method allows us to walk a path from beginning to end, or from our current position to end. So that's a pretty nifty method. And another method it gives us, very nice method, is reverse. So we can use this method to reverse our path and walk it. Instead of mine to bank, we can walk bank to mine. And I've got two different methods because we've got the path to bank RStyle path, which allows us to walk from the mine to the bank. And we've got path to bank as well. We only have one, but in this case we reverse it. So once we walk to the mine, our path is reversed. So we have to use a different walk method so that at the end of our walking method, the path is reversed again. So we end up with the same path as the beginning. I know this might sound a bit complicated, but trust me, you'll get it when we get to creating the walking method, which we'll do in the next tutorial. For now, this is pretty much what I wanted to discuss in this video tutorial. The structuring of our loop. This is very important in our spot, and very important that you understand it correctly, and because our script will run according to this structure. And if your logic fails when creating this structure, then your script will not run correctly. It will perform things it shouldn't perform where it shouldn't perform them. And there's one last thing in our loop we have to modify, which is the return value. If we return 0, I don't know in the current API if return 0 means to stop the script or just to execute it very quickly. But in any case, returning 0 is not a good idea because it will either stop your script or it will wait 0 milliseconds before running the loop again. So it will run very quickly and it will lag your script. You want to return a more moderate value. For example, a random value between 300 and 500. That sounds pretty reasonable. You wait between 300 and 500 milliseconds and you run your loop again. So you will mine ores again if you are not mining them. You will use the bank if you're not using it and walk the next tile. That sort of stuff. So your return value around 300 and 500, pretty okay, I think. You can of course play around with that. And that's pretty much it. The only thing that's left before creating a walking method is getting the RS tiles that join our bank and our mine, and we'll get that in the next tutorial. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope you learned something. And yeah, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.